Thanks for joining me. Today I just want to take a few things around the home and show how we can get a little bit better set up. So firstly, I've just laid some tube steel across this foldable ladder and also just clamped a vise onto it to give myself a bit of a workstation. I did put the vise upside down just so I've got all the weight up top and it's not going to be a danger of falling off. That turned out pretty solid. And I'll be taking the tip of this block splitter and turn it into a butcher tool for a hardy hole. So I have made one of these hammers in the past and it was a much bigger block splitter. It actually turned out a little bit heavier than desirable. So I was also trying to get as much weight down off this hammer as well. I'm just shaping this piece of scrap to the hardy, which will then be welded onto the butcher tool. And with the magic of editing, there's the finished product and ready for use. Once I've got that relatively flat with a grinder, I'm just using a file to detect where the high spots are and using a square just to get a visual check, as this will be determining where my length comes from. I had a few burrs on the inside where the handle will be fitted, so I'm just taking those off of a file before I go ahead and finish cutting off those sides. Once I had those sides cut off, I also went ahead and took some material off the tops and bottoms. That will help to bring the weight down. It'll also give it that forged look where the cheeks swell. After giving it a rough clean up all over, I've just got it set up square so I can see where I need to take any more material off before I do the final grind. I'm just using a radius gauge here to check the bevels before I finish it up with a file. And it's a good idea to turn your workpiece around from time to time. This will help to keep everything even. If you want to be a little bit more accurate, a good set of calipers is a must. So as you can see, the hammerhead's basically complete here. I did, however, want to go for a little bit more detail and a finer polish. I decided to escape the heat for a little bit and do some of the finishing detail on the workshop fires. There's also a better height to work from. And as you can see, that's the detail I was going for. I just used my parang to cut this material down for the handle. Unfortunately, I did go in a little bit deep on one section. And here's a knife that I've made out of a piece of Rio bar. I'm just using this, I guess, as you would use a draw knife. I wouldn't usually recommend using the blade of a knife as a handle, but I do use this particular knife this way a fair bit, and I keep that side relatively dull. So here I'm just starting to fit the head to the handle, and once that's on, I'll finish shaping the handle itself. I will need to do a bit more final polishing on this hammerhead, and also things like fitting a wedge just to make sure that hammerhead doesn't come out in the future. But at this stage I'm going to call this video done so I can get it uploaded. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.